It is Tuesday. It's the 5th of February 2013, and this, my friends, this is VaperScene. VaperScene is proudly sponsored by Health E-Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid. Yes indeed, and I say that every week. It must be my catchphrase. It's Tuesday the 5th of Feb 2013 and you are watching VaperScene on Vapor Trails TV, and it is a special week this week. Not only is Callum at Healthy Vape now my sponsor on this show, but it's also Vapor Trails TV birthday week. Yes indeed, more about that a little bit later. But as usual, we are going to go into this week's Show Us Yours. And now it's time for Show Us Yours, sponsored by Flavour Art UK. And this week's winner is Jill Baldwin, aka Jill CB on UK Vapors, with 2 smashing pictures of her MVP in a hoodie and also using a phone case. Well done, Jill. We'll contact you after the show and arrange your bottle of juice. Show Us Yours, sponsored by Flavour Art UK. And congratulations to Jill there for sending those licky pictures of her MVP in the little coat and the phone case. And if you would like to win a bottle of juice, you know what to do. Send me an email, vaperscene@vaportrails.tv. I pick out a winner every week and send off your details and you will get yourself a bottle of juice. Now, in our Skype chat this week, Daz and Sav posted up that they'd seen some skins for MVPs on Tinterweb, and I had a little look at some of them today. There's a few videos out there too, and there's a company over in the States that are doing them, but I thought I'm going to have a go at doing one myself, and there it is. I did this earlier on today, and it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. It's a bit on the thin side, this covering that I've got, but I'm going to whack a little vid up maybe the week after next with how it was done, but looking rather snazzy, I have to say. It's nice and red. Anyway, there you go. And the company over in the States, I think it works out about $16.50 plus postage, so that's about £13–14. That cost me about £1, I think, from readily available items. But should you wish, the company in the States have got some really snazzy ones. I had a little look at that earlier on, so work the Google machine and you'll find them. Okay, we are going to go into this week's hardware roundup with Daz, and he had a little bit of an issue with his camera, so apologies for the quality of the picture, but it is still a marvellous little roundup. Over to you, my friend. And now it's time for show. And I played the wrong video. Okay, Take two.
It's hardware. It's Roundup. It's the hardware Roundup.
It's that time again. Hello and welcome to another hardware roundup with me, Vaping Daz. Got a couple of items for you tonight. Let's start with a starter kit for you. So moving straight in, we've seen some Ego kits out there. How about one for the ladies? Because I've actually noticed this. This is the Mild X1 Women. Now it comes with a 450 milliamp hour battery. It comes with a crystal clear miser, and it also says it comes with a cartomizer cover. So I'm wondering if that is a cover on there rather than actually the colour of the tank. In the description it states that the battery is equipped with a 5-click system that blocks the device and the system indicating the battery charge level. The latter is mounted inside the backlit button that starts the battery up. It claims it's an affordable kit, also that the mild e-liquid, which makes it exceptionally economical choice for thrifty smokers. So I brought that in just basically to look at a starter kit and being one for the ladies. So who do you know out there, kit for $29.99 including e-liquid that you could, possibly recommend, that may be a great starting device for them to get started. So that was the Mild X1 for women, and with thanks to e-kingdom.co.uk. Moving swiftly on. So we've got atomizers, we've got cartomizers, and we've got rebuildables, and we've got tanks. What about an atomizer and a tank together? Sound interesting? Well, here at Cloud9 Vaping, what they have is now I had to Google this because it's Russian. It's pronounced Svomesto Kfun. Now, what this is it states that it comes as an atomizer and a tank, with claims that the atomizer has a very warm and flavorful vapor production. Adjustable airflow allows the user to dial in the air and juice flow with ease. Filling and draining the tank is clean and simple without removing any parts from a full atomizer. I do believe that this is a silica wick that is needed for it. The kit contents, it comes with 4 spare large O-rings, 2 spare small O-rings, 1 spare drip tip O-ring, 2 spare M1.6 screws. Comes with a drip tip adapter to accept standard 510 and 901 drip tips, additional clear Malcrolon polycarbonate window, fully assembled Kfun version 3.1 ES atomizer in satin finish. Now, when you have a look on the site, guys, there is different ones. This is just actually one of them. This one here comes in at the price of $109.95, but there are others. There is a full kit form as well. So if you wanted to have a look on the site, there is all different ones, for you to choose from. But it should make for some very, very interesting vaping experience. Now, it does also state in an important note, a Kfun series atomizer is an advanced user device which requires a willingness to experiment to get the best outfit for your own individual and unique vaping style. Filling the tank is different to filling most other tank atomizers. Now, they do have some videos on there as well which you can watch, which can give you some more information there. And that one is the Svomesto. Yeah, I think I've got that right anyway. If I haven't, I'm very sorry. That is about all that we've got time for this week. It was just a short roundup. So thank you very much for taking the time to view and look forward to seeing you soon. Back to you in the studio, Margot. Bye-bye.
Hardware Roundup.
Thank you very much indeed, Daz. And I noticed as I was watching that I left a link in from last week's hardware roundup. So naughty me, that was really bad. I shall take care next time. That's for Mesto. When I saw the name, I thought it was Dutch or something, but it does actually say on the website that it is Russian, and it looks right nice. So I had a little look at the videos, and I've had a look at the other options, and yes, could be an interesting piece of kit. That might have to have a look at one myself. We are going to go into the ads now because I've got a interview, or part 1 of a two-parter that I did this week with Prof Beard from UK Vapors, and we had a good natter, and I thought rather than cut it right down to make it fit, we'll have plenty. So I'm going to get the right video now. So I'll see you in two.
VaperScene is proudly sponsored by Health E-Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.
iVaper and iVaper Elixir, based in Yorkshire, for your e-cig needs. That's iVaper.co.uk and iVaper-elixir.co.uk. iVaper and iVaper-elixir.co.uk are proud sponsors of VaperTrails.tv.
GG, because you want one.
And now it's back to VaperScene on VaperTrails TV. VaperScene is proudly sponsored by Health E-Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.
And we are back in the room, or studio, or office, or green screen area. Whichever way you want to look at it, we're back. And thank you again to Callum at Healthy Vape for becoming the show's sponsor. We are now going to go, as I said before the ads, into part one of a little two-parter that I did with Prof Beard, and we talk about all sorts of what have you. So see you in a few minutes. And I'm here this morning with Prof, who is one of the 5 management moderators, owners of ukvapers.org. Good morning to you, Prof.
Good morning, Marco.
And how are we this fine morning?
I'm fine, actually. Yeah, the sun is actually shining outside. So
Yes, it is. I'm looking at my window, a bit overcast in Barnsley, even though my screen behind me makes it look like I'm in some amazing city. I'm not even sure where that picture's from that's behind me. But yeah, it's not the night time. It is in fact the daytime in South Yorkshire. So
it's morning in Stafford here. So
well, either we're in some strange time differences, or we're just in the same place, and I've got a green screen. So, Prof, tell me a bit about UK Vapors for those people out there who are not acquainted with the forum, which there probably might be a couple who are new to vaping and new to VaperTrails TV, and in fact new to UK Vapors. So, give me kind of a timeline, because it used to be ukvapers.com,
Yeah.
and then it's changed over due to circumstances beyond control, and you and the other guys were moderators, and then
Yep.
you took over the mantle, and you are now owners and management and moderators of ukvapers.org. So give us a bit of background about that.
Okay, well, UK Vapors the first UK Vapors was founded by Jackie, a few years back now. And when she started it up, she approached me and a couple of other people who were around at the time to be moderators on that. As many people will aware, UK Vapors in its first incarnation got very successful. In fact, we got up to just around 6,000 members. And then there were some various unpleasantnesses, shall we say, which caused Jackie to decide to throw in the towel as far as UK Vapors was concerned and close the original one. While all of that was going on, myself and the other managers of the current UK Vapors were in discussions with Jackie, and she agreed that we could take the name over. And myself, Phil, Dave, Old Engine Guy and Foggy agreed to start up the new UK Vapors, which is funded out of our own pockets, I should stress. We've insisted throughout that UK Vapors must be absolutely non-commercial, and we each chip in an equal amount each month to cover the running costs. We've been delighted with the success of the new incarnation of UK Vapors. I mean, we're up now to close to the membership that UK Vapors has when the first version closed. We're a little bit short of 6,000 members now, and I think we'll probably overtake the original UK Vapors sometime in the next month or two.
Yeah, there's it certainly was a quick take-up, wasn't it? The old members, as soon as ukvapers.org was online, it was a whoomph, let's get joined up as soon as possible. And yeah, it's great to see that so many people are joining, because it's such a great fountain of knowledge. There's so many people out there with a lot of information and ability that just is willing to share, and it's fantastic that it is a not-for-profit forum. It's a shame you have to pay for it out of your own pocket, I must say, but having said that, it's great that it's out there, as well as the other forums.
We feel that it's really important to have a forum that isn't open to any commercial influence. We've noticed recently is that the number of vendors that have applied to join the forum has been escalating rapidly. We've been very open about allowing vendors to join the forum. We have rules about their website and addresses, etc., which everyone can read, that we use to provide best efforts to ensure that people are at least real vendors, but we obviously don't provide any guarantee, etc. But we've noticed of late that we've had some of the big names applying to join up, like e-lights and people like that, which is interesting.
Indeed, yeah, and there are more vendors springing up daily. Some of them have been proved to have been dodgy, taking people's money and not sent anything back. But you know, best efforts isn't really all you can do as a forum. You can't really investigate every single company that wants to join, apart from checking out their website and making sure that they are showing their business address and everything else as the regulations are specified for. So I know that you do that side of it, but it is very difficult. I guess when a new company turns up, it's do a Google, see if anyone's had any issues with them, or if they're very new, a very small order, just to see how it goes.
Yeah, it's all that can be done. We can't realistically provide any guarantee to the membership that people are pucker. We can just try and make reasonable precautions that at least it's more difficult for them to run away.
The other members, I know you've got different classifications, haven't you? You've got a member, you've got an interested, you've got a vendor.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there are people who are involved in the e-cig industry who aren't vendors, but nevertheless do have, if you like, a commercial interest in it. And therefore we thought it was important that the regular members should know when somebody does have a vested interest.
Yeah, and a good idea, a good idea. And you're always tweaking as well. I see there's different updates happening, and you do the hashtag thing now, so you can hashtag parts of a post, and that can be searched on.
Yeah, so the technical side is very much down to Phil A, who does an absolutely cracking job of managing all the servers and software and things like this, and responding to people's requests for things to be moved around the screen and buttons in different places.
The only request I put in actually was to have the logout button moved, because when you're looking on an iPad, it's very close.
I've done it about 50 times myself. You press that little thing where it says there are notifications for you, and you hit the logout instead. Yeah, I've done it.
Yes, if you've got big fingers like me. Indeed, indeed. Well, let's move on from UKV. And why don't you tell us about your vaping journey?
I first became aware of e-cigs towards the end of 2008, when a mate of mine, Neil, who's a travelling telecom super techie, bought himself a Gamucci and showed it to me, and I thought, that looks interesting. Tell me how you get on with it. Well, the following January, at the beginning of 2009, he told me that he'd got on with it fine, but it had lasted weeks because it packed up. So, don't get one of those. But I thought I'd give it a whirl. And I started off buying a DSE 901 starter kit, because don't forget there were no 510s in those days and
Absolutely.
things like that, from e-cigs.co.uk, what's now called Libero. And that arrived when I got back from a trip to America on Valentine's Day 2009. And I opened the packet up and put it all together and charged it and stuck a 901 cartridge in the end, and that was the last time I ever smoked a cigarette. And in April 2009, having seen some articles on the big e-cig forum, I bought my first of one of these.
A screwdriver.
A screwdriver. This is actually a Mark II, but obviously I bought a Mark I for an not outrageous, a very expensive item at the time. But I was sold instantly by having something with a decent sized battery. And after that, there was no looking back, and I ended up with a bit of a collection of screwdrivers, as some people are aware. Later that year, I ordered one of the first Super T products. I bought a Super T Super 6, which was a 14500 device, and one of the first of the more mass production, in the sense he made a few thousand of them, I think, devices made by David at Super T. And that's when I learnt how to wait. I discovered that when you buy things from people who make things in small volumes at high quality, you end up waiting. And I waited from November till February 2010 for my Super T Super 6. And since then I've acquired various other things and changed my habits. I've never really got into anything tank-like. I went from cartridges to dripping, I still actually use the odd cartridge with things like my Bully, which uses the big 701 cigar cartridges. But in general, I drip. And I've got dripping atomizers, etc., that you can put a reasonable amount in. And that's about where we got to. What else can I tell you about my vaping journey?
And good evening, eventually. Took a little while to get things wound up and ready to go then, didn't it? But I'm here now, so welcome to Dave's Tackle Box on Sunday.
So there we go, we're back in the room and not long to go now. So yeah, I was talking to my son and he's watched me make things before.
And a very good evening to you. It is Tuesday the 20th of November 2012 and you have tuned into VaperScene on
At VaperTrails TV Towers. Tonight being Wednesday night, it is time for the one and only chat show programme called VT Talk.
Tis the Haze Hour. Again, Keith was just saying if it wasn't for the titles, he wouldn't come and do the show. He loves them so much, don't he?
And we are back to me. Hello. Thanks very much to Prof for the first part of a little two-parter. We chatted for way over an hour about all sorts of what have you. But you can see the second and final installation of the interview that we did next week's show. Also on next week, and I have to just tell you that I'm actually away next week, so I'm going to record the show tomorrow. So it will be a pre-record, so there will be no show as yours next week, but that will return, as will Hardware Roundup the week after. But next week Mr. Andy Sutton will be presenting a little juice review which I've already got and it is cracking, so that is going to be well worth tuning in for. And I will be probably in chat next Tuesday because I'll be in a hotel in Scotland. I'm away all next week, all over the place, Scotland, Bristol, you name it, I am there. So it's going to be a bit hectic for me, so I couldn't get a show out unless I did one and I pre-recorded it, so Mr. Dawn is going to stream it for me. Now then, tomorrow night is the second birthday of the first broadcast out on VaperTrails TV, and Mr. David Dawn will be presenting a special show, and all I can say is it's a special show. I don't know anything else. It's going to be a surprise. Oh yes, and there'll be all sorts of what have you going on, I should think. So I shall be tuning in for that, and we'll be sitting there in chat, giving my 2 penneth as I do when I watch the other shows. So that is just about it for me for this week. As I said, I'm not actually here next week, but you are getting a show next week. So I shall be chatting away with you on the night, and then we're back live on the 19th. Yes. So I'll be back live on the week after that with Daz, and hopefully another interview that I'm hopefully going to do by the end of this week. Who's it going to be? I shall leave you to ponder, but it's not Susie Perry. I can definitely say that. I've tried and tried, but I'm not getting away with that one. But I digress. It is just about time for the credits, so thank you for tuning in. I will see you all very soon. Don't forget tomorrow night the very special second birthday show I'm not sure what it's called actually. Oh, hold on a minute, someone's chatting at me. Let's just see what that says. Okay, it says credits please. Bye bye.
VaperScene is proudly sponsored by Health e-Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.